I bet you were a very interesting young woman. I have to ask you, at least briefly, about the self-trepanation video, and I just see a young woman that's really bold and doing something that she believes in. And the more I read about it, I'm more fascinated with this and being a cultural thing that's been done for thousands of years. And I was just wondering, was that a scary thing for you to do? Was that a statement that you wanted to make, or how did that come about?
Right. Well, I think it's fascinating. I'm still. In fact, I'm saying to myself, now the drug policy is solved and the psychedelics are pretty well the doors opening. Next thing is opening the door to research into trepanation, because the hypothesis is it improves the cerebral circulation by giving back the possibility for the blood to express itself on the heartbeat. And that little bit of extra blood pressure makes the cerebrospinal fluid, which is other fluid, have a better circulation. So it's a little bit more active, more alive, the cerebral circulation. And after all, everything happens in the brain. And it's known that from 13 to 21, that kind of period of growing up, but particularly the kind of end bit, 21 to 24, is a very kind of tricky period and that's when the skull finally seals, becomes a solid, more or less solid case. And the pulsation continues, but in a limited expression. So the hypothesis, which actually has been done, as you rightly say, since whatever, 10,000 BC, I think.
They found evidence of that?
Yeah. Okay. And it was quite often with the leaders, it was the priests or something, because you found several trepan skulls buried in pottery with a bit of silk or something.
Okay, so the holy people or the shamans were doing it to themselves?
The shamans, the priest castes, the kind of leaders.
Okay.
Around the world, in nearly, not every culture, but funny enough, not Egypt, where the body was sacrosanct, but India, a lot on the German-Dutch border in prehistoric times. You know, they're clusters, a lot in Latin America, I mean, pre-Columbian America.
And what does the process involve, or what did it involve back then? I mean, how do they do it? Is it a small hole?
Well, it's unknown territory. What is known is that it was used until the First World War as a treatment for migraine, epilepsy, insanity, depression.
Okay.
Actually, anything that goes. You know, if you couldn't think what to do. I once met an Indian neuroscientist, frightfully nice man, and he said, anyway, he said he gave his rich patient pills and the poor ones he trepanned. I said, did it seem to work? He said, well, they never came back.